My parents tried to wake up my exhausted husband, so I kicked them out. My husband has been working himself into the ground these last 3 weeks, 18-hour days, sometimes not even coming home, just crashing at work and pushing through the next morning. He told me if his team didn't fix this massive screw-up, which wasn't even their fault, the company would lose $50 million, and he was one of the people keeping it all together. Every time he stumbled through the door at 2 or 3 in the morning, I could see it all over his face. His body was shutting down. He'd barely eat, barely shower, just collapse into bed. More than once, I found him asleep at the table, fork still in his hand, or passed out half-dressed on the edge of the bed with the shower still running. I honestly don't even know how he kept going. Then, 2 nights ago, he came home around midnight, earlier than usual. I panicked, thinking something terrible happened, but instead, through this pale, dead tired face, he gave me this huge smile. He said, "We did it. It's over. My boss gave us days off. I don't have to be back until Tuesday." He ate, showered, crawled into bed, and for the first time in weeks, I could see his body finally let go. So the next morning, I let him sleep. I got up around 9, made breakfast, and decided not to wake him. He deserved it more than anyone I've ever known. Around noon, my parents showed up. They visit sometimes since I'm 6 months pregnant, and I thought, fine, we'll have some coffee. 30 minutes in, my mom asks, "Where's your husband?" We saw his truck outside. I said, "He's sleeping," and she immediately frowned. "It's unacceptable for him to still be in bed past 12. You're pregnant. He should be helping you." I laughed, thinking she was joking, but she wasn't. I explained everything. The 18-hour days, the exhaustion, how he's been literally collapsing from lack of sleep, but she wouldn't budge. "Wake him up. It's not right for him to sleep while his wife is pregnant." I said no, over and over. I told her he needs this. She ignored me and actually stood up, started walking toward the stairs, saying if I wouldn't do it, then she would. And something in me just snapped. I stood in her way and told her flat out, "You are not going to wake him up. If you think it's so wrong for him to finally rest after killing himself for weeks, then get out," because I refuse to let anyone disturb him. They both stared at me like I'd slapped them. My mom goes, "Are you kicking us out?" And I said yes. If they couldn't respect my husband's need for sleep, then they weren't welcome in my house. They left. The entire visit had barely been an hour, and as soon as they were gone, my phone blew up. My siblings, my cousins, even my aunts, all calling me horrible, selfish, disrespectful. "How could you throw your parents out when they're just looking out for you and the baby? He's lazy. You're pregnant. He should be up helping you." They didn't care about the 18-hour days, the collapsing at the table, the fact that he hadn't had a full night's sleep in weeks. All they saw was me protecting him, and they hated it. But I don't care, because when I finally went upstairs, hours later, and saw him still curled up in bed, breathing steady, actually resting for once, that moment told me I was right.